Hi, welcome to Texas Tough Chicks with Viv and Gwen. We're glad you're here. And if you're coming here for the first time, welcome. If you're coming back for your poison, we're glad you're back. We're going to talk today about the what we feel is the top 10 Texas tough people or groups or whatever. And we're just going to go down the list, and we'd love to hear from you. If you have a Texas tough person that you think we missed, we'd love for you to put it in the comments below. We're
Yep,
going to just go over some of the people that we feel that really deserve the Texas Tough Award because not because they're Texans, because Texans are naturally tough. So if a Texan's listed in here, it means they've gone above and beyond Texas toughness. But these are people who we feel deserve a Texas Tough Award because they show that toughness that Texans usually have naturally.
that's right.
And so I'll let you start, Viv, with who you think deserves.
Perfect. First one I would like to nominate is Riley Gaines, who's the NCAA swimmer who went up against men swimming against women, and she has been tough all the way. She's been through all sorts of criticism, hate mail, you name it. I think she got spit upon a couple of times or harassed really badly when she made appearances. But yeah, she's definitely Texas tough, and I'm behind her 100%.
Me too. I agree 100%. Yeah, she's standing up for something. And, these men coming in and they're making these records for women's sports. And now a
That's
woman
just
can't
wrong.
even achieve that record. That's
That's just
ridiculous.
wrong.
Where are
Mhm.
women's groups on this? Where are women?
Oh
But
yeah, yeah.
Riley, she's steadfast, man. She doesn't back down, even with all
Nope,
the things that have happened to her. And she does
nope.
it with a smile and she knows what she's doing is right. Yeah, she deserves it 100%. My
Absolutely.
first Texas Tough person that I think deserves an award for being Texas Tough is an older gentleman. And I say older, he's probably only like 5 years older than me. He was in I don't know his names, and I probably wouldn't say it anyway because he's probably getting a lot of guff for this, but he was in a what was it, consignment store in Oakland, California, and some thieves came in. They knew they were coming in, and so he went and he got his pistol, and he comes around the corner, and we'll watch a little bit of that. And if you haven't seen it, it's worth watching. He comes around the corner with the pistol, and about five robbers just scrambled, hit the floor trying to get out of there. Just couldn't get out of there fast enough. And it really shows you that we need our guns. Good people with good guns, they take
Stop.
care of bad people with guns. And so
That's
we
right.
want to make sure
That's
we
right.
keep our guns. And
My next choice is the Polk County, Florida Sheriff, Grady Judd, who basically tells it like it is. He said, "You're a criminal. You're a criminal. I'm going to come after you. I don't care if you're a juvenile. If you're doing crimes, you're going to, serve the time." So he's tough, and I love him because, like I said, again, he's calling it what it is. That if you're a criminal, you're a criminal, and I'm going to come after you. And I love it.
just think if all of our leaders were like this,
Yeah.
just not worried about their political backlash, just say what it is, show the criminals. Come on,
Hmm.
let's just
Hmm.
do this. Yeah,
Let's
he's
do it.
great.
He
He's
is.
excellent. My next nominee is going to be, or nominee, he deserves a Texas Tough Award, is a gentleman who's in litigation right now for what he did. So I won't say his name, but he's a gentleman who traveled, I think, from Mississippi or Missouri. I'm not really sure. Went to the Iowa State Capitol and
Oh yeah.
took down the satanic statue that was there for, I guess, Christmas. I'm not sure what that was there for.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah. And
I think it was.
so the reason why, not so much that I agree with it vandalizing property or anything like that, but first of all, he did what he knew was right because that symbol doesn't stand for anything except for hate and murder and lying. And there's nothing good about that symbol at all, period. You can't justify that symbol. Whether you call it a religion or not is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. It's evil.
It's evil.
Um,
That's yeah, exactly.
but
It's
the
evil.
thing that he deserves Texas Tough Award for is he immediately went to the guards and the what do you call it, the police that were there and turned himself in immediately, accepted responsibility for what he did, even though he knew what he did was right,
Hmm.
and he is willing to take consequences. He definitely deserves a Texas Tough Award.
Yes, he does for sure. All right. My next choice is Mark Robinson, who is the Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina. The first time I saw him, I actually thought he was a pastor in a church because he has such passion and he was speaking out to the crowd, and he basically was saying, I don't care what your skin color is. I don't care anything about what you're doing. We have got to fight for this country. We've got to go after the socialists and the communists who are taking over this country. And yeah, we do. And he's Texas tough. He's definitely Texas tough. I love that man.
Oh, absolutely. Oh my gosh, I wish we had all of our politicians like saying these things.
Oh, I know. Actually representing the country. Wouldn't that be great?
Right. And not worrying
America.
about the backlash, not worrying about what MSNBC says about them, just
Or being
saying what they mean, what they feel, and being right about it. I'm just
right, right.
loving.
Yep. He's
My
awesome.
my next one is a very brave man. His name is Masab Youssef.
Oh,
He
yeah.
is son of Hamas. If you haven't seen The Green Prince, it's a documentary about his life. Amazing man. Every time I hear him speak, I love him. I wish I had his bravery because it is so tough. He's the toughest person on my list, I
Oh,
feel.
yeah. I think he is too.
His life is under attack because he was the son of one of the founders of Hamas. If not the founder, it was definitely one of the two founders of Hamas. He grew up in Hamas, and now he's speaking out against the evil of Hamas and how bad they are for their own people.
My next choice is Craig Schubert, who's the mayor of Hudson, Ohio, who was videotaped speaking out to I believe it was the school board about the
Oh, yeah.
pornography
Hmm.
being put in the schools. And I have to agree with him 100%. There's no place for that in children's lives. It's certainly not in their education. And he basically just told them, hey, this is wrong. And you either resign or we're going to come after you and make sure that you're gone.
So I'm going to give you a simple choice. You either choose to resign from this Board of Education or you will be charged. Thank you.
And I agree with him. Let's stop destroying the innocence of children.
Yeah,
That's
let's
not.
bring charges against them. This is pedophilia.
Yep, it
If
is.
me as a
Yep.
first responder, if I see someone, if I know of someone giving this pornography to
Hmm.
children, I have to
Yep.
turn them in for
Oh, yeah,
pedophilia.
he does.
My
Absolutely.
next one would be Governor Abbott. And yes, it's a cheat because he is a Texan, but he has really stood up for our state when it comes to the state line and our border.
Hmm.
And he's been diligent about it. He hasn't really backed off of it. Now, there's some other things I don't agree with him, but he really this is a pressing issue for our state, and it's an emergency for us.
It
And
is.
I love that he's ruffled feathers and he doesn't care. And he doesn't make apologies
Right.
for ruffling the feathers. And
Nope.
I think he
Nope.
deserves Texas Tough Award for that alone.
And I just think it's wrong that he is even having to do this because one of
Right.
the primary jobs of the federal government is to protect the sovereign borders of the entire country. And for Texas to be
Exactly.
taking such a brunt of this at our expense,
My
I
next
believe
one
so.
is Governor DeSantis. And I really like that he does what he says. He doesn't back down. He doesn't apologize. Texas Tough Awards is all about, not being intimidated by anything, not worrying about your social status or what,
Mhm,
you
mhm.
know, the liberal media says about you. And I really
Right.
love that about him. I do. I think that he's super tough that way and he deserves, even though he's from Florida, we'll forgive him for that. We'll give him the Texas Tough Award for that.
I have family members in Florida, and that's one thing I really loved about him was that he really stood up for the state of Florida, and
Yeah,
he's been a good governor for them. And I
yeah,
think that yeah, he
absolutely.
deserves a Texas
Yeah.
Tough Award. So I agree. All right, well, the last one, and it's in no particular order, but is Donald J. Trump. And the
Hmm.
reason I wanted him on the list well, one of many reasons, but recently in his little Christmas message to the nation, basically he was saying, I don't care who you are, if you're in the federal government, if you're somebody from outside this country, whatever, if you're coming in to destroy this country with the open borders and the inflation and all the stuff that's going wrong here, basically you can rot in hell. And I went, yes, that's my man.
Yeah,
That's why I love him because he speaks straight. He loves this country. I don't care about his
yes.
personality. I don't care what you think about him as a person. Yeah, maybe you're just looking at the sound bites, whatever the media is telling you to think about him. I've heard wonderful things about him as a person, but the main thing is he loves this country. He
Hmm.
wants this country to be the shining city on the hill, the example to the rest of the world. And he wants it to be what the founding fathers wanted it to be.
Right.
So yeah, that man, and then look at all the lawsuits against him and all this stuff. Obviously, he's doing something right if so many people want to stop him.
Right?
So yes.
He's
So
definitely a big threat, isn't he? I mean, if it wasn't such a
yeah,
big threat, you wouldn't have to keep trying to bring
I
stupid
I
nonsense
get
charges against it. And you know what? The people who aren't even for him 100%, they see that and they say,
yeah,
we're always for the underdog in America.
yeah,
The left is creating an underdog in him, and it's causing him to be more popular
I
because
think
they're
so.
they're ridiculous. Why do you keep
Well,
going after this guy except for you're so threatened by him? It makes you look weak, you
right.
know?
And why are you
And he
threatened?
does what he says, and you know what? He makes no apologies for America. He's
Right.
always been America first, and you know what? Whether you like him or not, whether you're going to vote for him or not, you have to admit that. And you know what? The people who really hate him don't
Mhm.
think America should come first, and they don't even think their own country should come first. I mean, after God and your family.
Yep.
I did want to bring up, we have a couple honorable mentions. There's so many. And if you have someone, please put it in our comments. We would love to hear from you who you believe deserves a Texas Tough Award. There's no way we could list everyone. We're
Oh
trying to
no.
narrow it down to 10. And, I'm sure we miss a lot. We have honorable mentions, but if you want to be a jerk and you want to put something stupid in our comments, do it. That's great for us, but we're not going to respond to you because we don't care about
Nope.
you. So we
Nope.
don't care.
Nope.
Do
Nope.
it.
Say what you want.
Yeah,
Don't.
can't hurt us. We're Texas Tough.
Nope.
So,
That's right.
um, why don't you give your honorable mention?
I really love Candace Owens. I think she's been wonderful from the day she came on the scene. And she's tough. She's tough. She's taken a lot of barbs from people. A lot of things have been said about her that are absolutely not true. But
Mhm.
she, again,
Yes.
loves this country and she believes in what the country stands for. And she speaks out. And I love her. I love her because she is Texas tough.
Yeah, and she definitely is because she has taken so much flack from the left. I have three. Okay, Joe Rogan
Okay.
is one. And
Oh yeah.
that man, not agree with him 100% on everything, but what I really love is he is just doesn't care. He just says his mind. And I love that about him. That makes him Texas tough because he's not intimidated by
Yep.
what kind of flack he's going to get. And I
Yep.
really love that about him. My other one is the IDF soldiers. It's a group
Oh yes.
because they're really playing whack-a-mole with the tunnel rats right now, Hamas. And honestly, this kind of warfare has never been seen. It's just so crazy. I mean, yeah, there's been other wars that have had this, but it is all the other side is all underground and
Right.
won't meet the IDF, the Israeli Defense Force, on
No.
up above ground. And
No.
for them to be as brave as they are with these guys popping out and shooting at them and then disappearing into their little, tunnel holes as rats.
Yes, they are
Yeah, I
rats.
think
They're
the
rats.
IDF definitely deserves Texas Tough Award.
They are.
And then my last one is a cheat. It's a Texan, Glenn Beck,
Oh,
and his
Glenn. I
Blaze
love Glenn.
TV because
Yes.
I'll tell you, that's a pioneer right there. And he
Mhm.
really jumped in the pool and took a chance, man. He
Mhm.
really did with his network and has given America a great choice of a lot of conservative talk and think tank. And he's very brave in that he would risk his whole career, his money to do that for us Americans. And I think he deserves a Texas Tough mention for sure.
He does. And he's
Um,
been so right on so many things.
he
He's been
really has,
absolutely
yeah.
right. Spot on. So,
Yeah.
yes. Yep.
So we hope y'all are Texas tough. We want everyone to be Texas tough. And
We do.
we miss people. Make sure you put it in the comments who we miss. And we just wish you a happy and healthy new year.
That's right. Yep. So happy New Year. And we'll
Happy
see you
New
next
Year.
one.
Yes. See you next time.
Bye.
Be Texas tough.
You bet.